Hello. When asked this week for our discussion board to reflect on how the research process has affected my leadership decision making skills, I would state that it has affected them in the most positive way. I'd like to share a situation that occurred last week in my credit union as it is applicable to this week's discussion board. And rather than just simply read what I've posted, I just kind of like to speak one on one with all of you. About a year ago, Evergreen Credit Union instituted a dealer program. For those who don't know, dealer programs are individuals, car dealers, recreational vehicle, camper dealers, motorcycle dealers who establish a relationship with a financial institution. When an individual comes in and wants to make a purchase and is looking for local financing, as a dealer for these businesses, they will run the applications through my credit union. We have one dealer who sells campers and recreational vehicles who has brought in and is responsible for bringing us more than $300 million in loans in 2019. Our manager of this program has worked extremely hard to develop relationships, cohesive and long lasting relationships with these dealers. So, anytime a change is made to policy or procedure, ideally she should be made aware of that immediately. This was not the case last week. Our largest RV dealer called her upset and ready to pull out of our program because, unbeknownst to him, unbeknownst to the manager of our dealer program, and unbeknownst to all of us who make loans on a daily basis, we were totally unaware that the minimum monthly payment had been changed from $150 to $200. She was upset. She scheduled a meeting for the following day with our VP of Lending, our Chief Executive Officer, and our Chief Operating Officer. She came into my office emotional, upset, not really sure what to do in preparation for her meeting the following day. Without any hesitation, I asked, can you pull reports? Can you pull reports that show the minimum monthly payment, the median, out of all those $300 million loans that we did with this dealer? What was the average monthly payments? What was the average age of the borrower? And what was the average loan amount? Surprisingly, the average loan amount was $150 out of 80% of these loans. Affordability, whether you're buying a car, buying a house, buying a camper or RV, is a deciding factor as to whether or not we're going to make a purchase. So, armed with this information, our manager of this lending program was well equipped and well armed to present her case. The final outcome was not exactly what she had hoped for, but a compromise was reached, and the minimum monthly payment was lowered from $200 a month to $175 a month. As far as decision making goes, our VP of lending made a big bet decision initially. Big bet decisions are risky or can be risky. And in this case, it was because it had the propensity to undermine our relationship with this dealer as well as other dealers as soon as they found out the payment had changed. It undermined our relationship with the manager of this program, and it undermined the relationship with the lending staff of my credit union. Had the vice president of lending taken a different approach, I think the initial scenario would have played out a little bit differently. A cross-cut decision technique is one that takes into account opinions and effective coordination amongst various stakeholders. It doesn't ignore any one group. It's not necessarily a unilateral decision and could have minimized or even avoided the negative impact that the big bet decision had initially. So, regardless of whether or not I'm solving a problem for an internal or external stakeholder, my view on research has changed dramatically since taking this course and ORG 575. I find that I'm far more organized and diligent in the gathering and unbiased analysis of data collected. Viable solutions to problems can take time, and hasty decisions can ultimately do more harm than good and take even more time to fix. I also believe that enhanced research and decision making skills have resulted in enhanced critical thinking skills for myself. Green 2019 states critical thinking is important because it ensures you have the best answer to a problem with maximum buy in from all parties involved, an outcome that will ultimately save your business time, money, and stress. I'm pleased to report that I no longer struggle with making decisions, as I stated initially in my discussion post. And as such, I firmly believe that I've become a better manager, a better leader, and a better mentor. Thank you all.